Special Forces, also known as Special Operations Forces, represent the sharpest edge of a nation's military and security apparatus. These elite units are not designed for conventional battlefield warfare. Instead, they are built for missions that ordinary troops cannot perform. Covert operations, hostage rescues, counterterrorism, deep reconnaissance, and high-risk missions where failure is not an option. What separates Special Forces from regular units is not just their equipment, but their training, secrecy, adaptability, and operational history. Operators are often selected after years of service, subjected to extreme physical and psychological testing, and trained to operate independently behind enemy lines with little to no support. In this series, we count down 14 of the most dangerous and elite Special Forces units in the world, ranked based on training standards, operational capability, weaponry, and real-world achievements. These are units whose reputations were built not on publicity, but on missions that changed history. Austria's Einsatzkommando Cobra, commonly known as Echo Cobra, occupies the 14th position on this list, not because it is weak, but because it represents a different category of elite force. Unlike most units on this ranking, Echo Cobra is not a military unit, but a federal police tactical unit. Despite this, its level of training and operational success places it firmly among the world's most respected special operations teams. Echo Cobra was officially established in 1978, during a time of heightened concern over international terrorism in Europe. The decision to form the unit was heavily influenced by fears surrounding the safety of Jewish communities in Austria, especially in the aftermath of the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre, where terrorists exposed the vulnerability of European security forces. From its inception, Echo Cobra was designed to respond rapidly to terrorist attacks, hostage situations, aircraft hijackings, and high-risk arrests. Operators are trained in close-quarters battle, airborne insertion, sniper operations, and crisis negotiation. What truly sets Echo Cobra apart, however, is its historic achievement in aviation counterterrorism. On October 17, 1996, Echo Cobra carried out a mission that no other police tactical unit in the world has successfully replicated. During a hijacking incident, Cobra operators rescued a hijacked aircraft while it was still in mid-air, an operation requiring extraordinary coordination, precision, and nerve. This single operation cemented Echo Cobra's place in global counterterrorism history. Though Austria rarely finds itself in the international spotlight, Echo Cobra remains a silent guardian, highly trained, rarely seen, and always prepared. At number 13 is Marcos, India's elite maritime special forces unit. Officially known as the Marine Commando Force, Marcos operates under the Indian Navy and is widely regarded as one of the toughest special forces units in Asia. The origins of Marcos trace back to the 1950s, when the Indian Armed Forces recognized the need for a specialized unit capable of conducting underwater warfare, maritime sabotage, and amphibious operations. Initially formed as a combat diver unit, Marcos evolved into a full-spectrum special operations force. Marcos operators are trained to operate in sea, air, and land environments, much like their Western counterparts. Their mission profile includes underwater demolition, counterterrorism, direct action raids, reconnaissance, and special maritime operations. What makes Marcos particularly dangerous is the brutality of its selection and training process. Candidates endure extreme physical conditioning, long-distance ocean swims, sleep deprivation, and combat stress drills designed to eliminate anyone lacking absolute mental resilience. Operationally, Marcos has been involved in numerous high-risk missions, including counterinsurgency operations and peacekeeping deployments. One of their most significant involvements came during India's participation in peacekeeping efforts related to the Sri Lankan Civil War, which lasted from 1983 to 2009. During this period, Marcos played a key role in maritime interdiction, reconnaissance, and counterinsurgency support operations. Despite their effectiveness, Marcos remains a relatively low-profile unit. Their missions are rarely publicized, and much of their operational history remains classified, a hallmark of any truly elite force. Ranking 12th on this list is the New Zealand Special Air Service, commonly known as the NZSAS. Though New Zealand is a relatively small nation, its Special Air Service unit is regarded as one of the most professional and capable special operations forces in the world. The NZSAS is a highly selective component of the New Zealand Defence Force, tasked with missions that include counter-terrorism, special reconnaissance, direct action, and CBRNE defense, dealing with chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosive threats. Modeled after the British SAS, the NZSAS emphasizes individual initiative, adaptability, and precision. Operators are trained to function in small teams, often in hostile environments with minimal support. Since its formation, the NZSAS has been deployed across multiple conflict zones and sensitive regions. These deployments include Thailand in 1962, Borneo in 1965, Vietnam in 1968, and East Timor in 1999. Each deployment further refined the unit's operational experience, particularly in jungle warfare, counterinsurgency, and reconnaissance operations. What makes the NZSAS particularly formidable is its quiet professionalism. The unit avoids publicity, focuses heavily on training standards, and maintains close interoperability with allied special forces, including those of Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Despite its size, the NZSAS consistently ranks among the world's most capable elite units. At number 11 is Joint Task Force 2, better known as JTF2, Canada's premier special operations unit. JTF2 is notorious for its extreme secrecy. Unlike many elite forces, very little verified information about its structure, training, or missions is publicly available. And that secrecy is intentional. Established to provide Canada with a dedicated counter-terrorism and special reconnaissance capability, JTF2 specializes in hostage rescue, direct action, and intelligence-driven operations. The unit gained international attention following the events of September 11, 2001, when Canada joined the US-led War on Terror. JTF2 was deployed to Afghanistan, but the operation was conducted with such secrecy that even Canada's Prime Minister was reportedly not informed of their exact movements. This level of operational confidentiality highlights the trust placed in JTF2 and the sensitivity of its missions. JTF2 operators are trained to operate in extreme climates, from Arctic conditions to desert environments, reflecting Canada's unique geographic challenges. Their reputation among allied forces is one of discipline, precision, and absolute professionalism. Rounding out Part 1 at number 10 is GSG-9, Germany's elite counterterrorism unit. Officially known as Grenzschutzgruppe 9, GSG-9 is a tactical unit of the German Federal Police rather than the military. Like several other units on this list, its creation was directly influenced by the tragic events of the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre. The failure of security forces during that crisis exposed serious weaknesses in Germany's counterterrorism capabilities. In response, GSG-9 was formed to ensure such a disaster would never happen again. GSG-9 quickly became known for its innovative tactics, precision planning, and uncompromising standards. The unit played a critical role in shaping modern counterterrorism doctrine and has influenced similar units around the world. Operators are trained in aircraft assault, hostage rescue, maritime operations, and urban combat. Their success rate in live operations is among the highest globally. Though GSG-9 operates primarily within Germany, its reputation extends far beyond Europe, earning it a place among the world's most dangerous elite units. In Part 1, we explored elite units that operate mostly in secrecy, precision policing, and silent counter-terror missions. Now, as we move deeper into this ranking, we enter a far more lethal tier, units forged by global terrorism, high-intensity warfare, and direct-action combat. These forces are not just trained to respond. They are trained to hunt, infiltrate, and neutralize. From hostage rescues broadcast around the world to operations that remain classified decades later. The next 5 units have shaped modern special warfare. At number 9 is GIGN, France's elite counter-terrorism and special intervention unit. The Groupe d'Intervention de la Gendarmerie Nationale was created when the French government recognized that traditional law enforcement was no longer sufficient to deal with rising threats from organized crime, aircraft hijackings, and domestic terrorism. From the very beginning, GIGN was designed to operate under the most extreme conditions: confined spaces, civilian-heavy environments, and time-critical hostage situations. What sets GIGN apart is its speed and decisiveness. The unit is trained to deploy rapidly anywhere in France or internationally, within hours. Operators are experts in close-quarters combat, marksmanship, negotiation, and psychological pressure tactics. GIGN earned global recognition in December 1994 during one of the most famous counter-terrorism operations in history. An Air France Airbus, Flight 8969, was hijacked by armed terrorists. After intense negotiations failed, GIGN commandos launched a direct assault on the aircraft. The operation was swift, violent, and precise. All hijackers were neutralized and hostages were rescued. The assault became a case study for counter-terrorism units worldwide. Since then, GIGN has continued to evolve, integrating military-style tactics with law enforcement authority. Their ability to shift seamlessly between negotiation and lethal force makes them one of the most effective tactical units on the planet. Ranking 8th is JW Grom, Poland's premier special operations force. JW Grom operates under Poland's Special Troops Command and is widely regarded as one of the most elite and professional special forces units in Europe. The unit's name, Grom, meaning thunder, reflects its operational philosophy: fast, precise, and overwhelming. For years, the very existence of JW Grom was classified. It was not publicly acknowledged until 1992, and even then, details remained scarce. The unit gained international recognition in 1995, following its first major overseas deployment during operations in Haiti. What makes Grom particularly unique is the depth of its training, especially in combat medicine. Grom operators are often referred to as surgeons, not only for their surgical precision during missions, but because nearly every operator is trained to provide advanced medical care under fire. This capability allows Grom teams to operate independently for extended periods, even in hostile environments where evacuation is impossible. JW Grom specializes in direct action, counter-terrorism, hostage rescue, and special reconnaissance, and maintains close cooperation with NATO allies, including US and British special forces. Their professionalism, adaptability, and operational discipline have earned them a reputation far beyond Poland's borders. At number 7 is Sayeret Matkal, also known as the General Staff Reconnaissance Unit of the Israel Defense Forces. Sayeret Matkal is one of the most legendary special forces units in military history, not because of media exposure, but because of the impact of its missions. The unit was created during a period of intense conflict, following controversial operations that led to the disbandment of earlier special units. The Israeli military needed a force capable of strategic reconnaissance, deep penetration missions, and high-risk hostage rescues, and Sayeret Matkal was the answer. Perhaps the most famous operation involving Sayeret Matkal occurred on July 4, 1976. During what would later be known as the Entebbe raid, Israeli commandos flew thousands of kilometers to Uganda, infiltrated Entebbe airport, and rescued over 100 hostages held by terrorists. The operation was completed in less than an hour and is still studied by military academies around the world. Sayeret Matkal operators are trained in intelligence gathering, surveillance, counter-terrorism, and direct action. Many of Israel's top military and political leaders are alumni of the unit, a testament to its influence and prestige. Despite its fame, Sayeret Matkal remains deeply secretive, with most of its operations never publicly acknowledged. Ranking 6th is the Special Air Service Regiment, or SASR of Australia. Formed on July 24, 1957, the SASR was modeled after the British SAS and built to give Australia a highly mobile, elite force capable of operating in remote and hostile environments. The unit operates under the Special Operations Command of the Australian Defence Force and is known for its expertise in long-range reconnaissance, direct action, and counter-terrorism. Australia's geography, vast deserts, jungles, and coastlines shaped the SASR into a force capable of surviving and fighting in extreme conditions. Over the decades, SASR has been deployed to numerous conflict zones, including Borneo 1965, Vietnam 1968, Cambodia 1997, Kuwait 1998, and East Timor 1999, as part of UN peacekeeping operations. SASR operators are selected through one of the toughest selection courses in the world, designed to test not just physical endurance, but mental resilience and independence. The regiment's professionalism and combat effectiveness have earned it global respect, making it one of the most capable special operations forces outside of Europe and North America. At number 5 is Delta Force, officially known as 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta. Delta Force is one of the most secretive and feared special operations units in the world. Created to handle high-value targets, counter-terrorism, hostage rescue, and covert reconnaissance, Delta Force operates under U.S. Special Operations Command, but answers directly to the highest levels of authority when deployed. The concept behind Delta Force was simple but revolutionary. A small, highly autonomous unit capable of adapting to any mission, anywhere in the world, with minimal oversight. Operators are selected from across the U.S. military and subjected to an intense selection process designed to eliminate anyone lacking psychological toughness, adaptability, and precision under pressure. Delta Force has been involved in numerous classified operations. While only a handful have been publicly acknowledged, its influence on modern special operations is undeniable. The unit's existence alone serves as a strategic deterrent, a message that the United States maintains a force capable of reaching any target at any time. At the very top of the global special operations hierarchy are units that have redefined modern warfare. These forces do not merely respond to crises. They shape outcomes, alter strategic realities, and execute missions so sensitive that their success is often denied or classified for decades. Selection into these units is ruthless. Training is relentless. Missions are unforgiving. This final tier represents the absolute pinnacle of special operations capability. Ranking fourth is Alpha Group, one of the most formidable and controversial special operations units in the world. Officially designated as Directorate A of the FSB Special Purpose Center, Alpha Group was established in 1974 during the Soviet era by the KGB. Its original purpose was clear: counterterrorism, hostage rescue, and the protection of national leadership. From its earliest days, Alpha Group was designed to confront the most dangerous internal and external threats to the Soviet Union. During the Cold War, Alpha operators were deployed not only within Soviet borders but also in foreign interventions, including Afghanistan, Lebanon, and the Baltic region. Domestically, Alpha Group has participated in nearly every major counter-terrorist operation in modern Russian history. These include high-profile hostage crises such as the Moscow theater siege in 2002 and the Beslan school siege in 2004. Alpha Group operators are trained in urban assault, explosive breaching, sniper operations, and rapid hostage extraction. Their methods emphasize overwhelming force, speed, and psychological dominance. Despite controversy surrounding some operations, Alpha Group remains one of the most heavily armed and intensely trained special operations units on the planet. At number 3 is Shayetet 13, the elite naval commando unit of the Israeli Navy. Often compared to the U.S. Navy SEALs and the British Special Boat Service, Shayetet 13 specializes in maritime counter-terrorism, coastal raids, underwater sabotage, and special reconnaissance. Established in 1964, Shayetet 13 is one of the oldest and most respected naval special operations forces in the world. Operators undergo extreme training in diving, amphibious assault, close-quarters combat, and long-range navigation, often operating at night and in hostile maritime environments. Shayetet 13 has played a critical role in nearly every major Israeli conflict, including the Six-Day War in 1967 and the War of Attrition. During the War of Attrition, Shayetet 13 worked closely with Sayeret Matkal, conducting raids against Egyptian targets and gathering intelligence that directly influenced battlefield outcomes. The unit's effectiveness lies in its ability to strike silently, precisely, and without warning, disappearing before the enemy realizes what has happened. Ranking second are the United States Navy SEALs, one of the most recognizable and respected special operations forces in the world. The name SEAL stands for Sea, Air, and Land, reflecting the unit's ability to operate across all environments. Officially established in 1962 under the Naval Special Warfare Command, the SEALs trace their roots back to specialized units from World War II. But the Vietnam War marked the true beginning of the modern SEALs. SEAL training is infamous for its intensity. Candidates endure months of physical punishment, mental exhaustion, cold exposure, and sleep deprivation. Only a small percentage successfully complete the process. An average SEAL candidate spends over a year in training before becoming operational. The SEALs specialize in direct action raids, special reconnaissance, counter-terrorism, and maritime operations. Their missions often involve high-value targets and politically sensitive objectives. What makes the Navy SEALs especially formidable is their operational versatility and global reach. They are capable of deploying rapidly, integrating with allied forces and adapting to changing mission parameters in real time. Despite their public profile, much of the SEAL's operational history remains classified. At number 1, widely regarded as the gold standard of Special Operations Forces, is the Special Air Service, or SAS, of the United Kingdom. The SAS is one of the oldest special forces units in the world, and arguably the most influential. Formed during World War II, the SAS pioneered many of the tactics now considered standard in special operations. Deep reconnaissance, sabotage behind enemy lines, small team autonomy, and unconventional warfare. The SAS's core roles include counterterrorism, intelligence gathering, direct action, and special operations. Over decades of conflict, the SAS has been deployed in nearly every major theater involving British interests, including extensive operations in Afghanistan. What truly sets the SAS apart is not just its combat history, but its philosophy. The unit emphasizes adaptability, initiative, and individual decision-making, qualities that allow operators to succeed even when plans collapse. Selection into the SAS is legendary for its difficulty. Only the most resilient and disciplined candidates are accepted, and even fewer complete training. The SAS has influenced the creation and doctrine of countless special forces units around the world, making it not just an elite force, but the foundation of modern special operations warfare. These units represent the highest level of military and tactical capability on Earth. They operate in the shadows, carry out missions that never make headlines, and protect national interests long before threats become visible. They are not ordinary soldiers. They are not ordinary police, they are special forces. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the world's most dangerous special operations units, like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more military history and strategic analysis.